Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where, yes, I've had a haircut because it was getting out of control. Today we are covering Action Comic Books number 40, The Reformation of Nancy Thorgenson, a story that interests me for all the wrong ways. It's really actually hard to get out of my head, but the story is problematic at best. Not as bad as the racist stories, but this one is sexist. There is a want ad in the paper wanting Superman, which a other story started very similar to this, and it's actually the same reason. A rich man, this one a billionaire, wants Superman's help. In the last story, the billionaire or millionaire wanted to have Superman help out to straighten out his son. You remember the story I complained about him building a home for the youths, the wayward youths, so they could be corrected like he was, except he wasn't a wayward youth, and it didn't make sense he would build that because his whole thing was about gambling. And that's what we have here. We have another billionaire who wants Superman to straighten out their kid, except their kid here is a daughter. And this is where things kind of fall apart and are kind of amazing. So Superman goes off to see this daughter, Nancy. And the thing about this daughter is they're talking about her in a way that she's like petulant and isn't grown up and childish. But she isn't. Like, from the very first moment we meet her, a guy tries to talk down to her and she punches him out. She reminds me of the Diane Rigg character from On Her Majesty's Secret Service, where everyone is talking about her, and the way she's meant to be written is supposed to be like a petulant child. But that's not how Diana Rigg is playing that character. She is constantly playing that character like she's above everything. And it's such an amazing clash between those two things of what Diana Rigg is portraying her as and how she's written the script, and it's amazing. It's one of the best Bond girl performances because she's like talking down to basically everyone for them being childish, and they're taking that as, no, you're the childish one, when she's the most adult of them all. So she punches out this guy, goes gambling at this secret casino, which Superman doesn't seem all that surprised in seeing because, he's waged 2 or 3 wars on gambling at this point, and though I've said many times he was never going to defeat gambling, I turned out to be right. Superman never seems to be surprised that gambling still seems to exist, even though he thought he thoroughly defeated it the last time. Whew, mouthful there. She's being cheated at a roulette machine, so Superman grabs the guy and makes him turn off the machine, and she ends up winning a bunch of money. And at this point, who cares? Her father's a billionaire. She has basically unlimited money to waste. Yeah, there's a better way for her to live and maybe spend her money, but still, I feel like this is mainly the billionaire's fault and not exactly her fault as he's bringing it up as. By the way, he offered Superman $100,000 to fix his daughter, straighten out his daughter. Let's not say fixed. Superman only wanted the $100,000 to be sent to his favorite charity. My argument is this guy's an effing billionaire. He can pony up $100 million or more. He will be fine. He's a billionaire. You don't really understand how much money $1 billion is. He'll be fine. He'll be fine with the daughter that's wasting it. In fact, probably be better off if she wastes a lot more of it. Anyway, when she wins the game, the mobsters are not particularly all that happy about this and decide to go after her. They don't believe the guy that a super powerful man god dressed in red and blue and a little bit of yellow threatened him, but they come to believe later when Superman actually shows up and tosses them all into like a pond or a swamp. Why do people still not believe there is a Superman? This hasn't come up for a while because, he's pretty well established in the city, so it feels like a comic from 30 issues ago. Like, Superman's around. No one should not believe in him at this point. He stopped an earthquake machine. And that's the end of the sort of gambling part of the story. He doesn't go off righteously to try to stop gambling again. This is where he confronts her. She tries several ways, because she uses her feminine wiles, as her father says, to get her way. First, she tries to call a friend of hers to come and marry her so she can get away, which I kind of hope she'd marry him, divorce him, and then just go on by herself. Because honestly, this is a grown woman. She can make her own damn decisions. Superman stops that because Superman's kind of creepy right now. She then tries to seduce Superman, but might as well try to seduce a statue for all good that's going to be. I remember when Cersei in Game of Thrones tries to say how impossible it is to seduce Ned Stark, and Yeah, it's probably about the equivalent here. Superman has eyes for really only one woman. And she's kind of mean to him. Maybe she should try being mean to him. She also tries to hit him, but that doesn't really work. Well, luckily, I don't know if this is luckily, but out of happenstance, a nearby dam breaks, starting to flood the mansion. Superman goes under it and lifts it and puts it into a dry place. Though we never actually see him lift it, we see him sort of underwater in the foundation or maybe the basement, touching like the ceiling or the bottom of the house, but we never actually see him lift the house. The really impressive part of this entire endeavor he's doing. This is where Nancy gets her arc, which I say completely clashes with what they wanted to do. If they wanted her to be a petulant child, they should have let her be a petulant child. Instead, she seemed pretty well grown up and just goes off to find, kind of her purpose. I don't feel like those two things work as well. Because here she essentially kind of has the arc that Lady Sybil has in Downton, where she essentially becomes a nurse during this natural disaster and finds purpose in it and seems to really enjoy it. To the point she pushes herself to exhaustion that she collapses and Superman has to rush her to the hospital. But like she's found her place in life and to do good in the world, which is great. It's just I don't feel like she was all that bad to begin with. Like the opening or the ending need to be completely different from whatever this arc is. And super sexist for Superman telling a grown woman what she needs to do. In fact, this probably would have been a more interesting story if it was actually Lois. He pawned it all off on Lois, because that could have been fun. Okay, so that's it from Superman number 40, The Reformation of Nancy Thorgenson. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications when a new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Friday is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story in either Detective Comics or the main Batman series. And until next time, let us ponder the question, whatever did happen to the Man of Tomorrow? Also, this woman needed no straightening out. She was completely fine to begin with. Have a great day.